over with a small nod. I opened it, read every line carefully. Dark chocolate tart with sea salt, Madagascar vanilla creme brulee, yuzu cheesecake, artisan ice cream trio. I read the prices too. 24, 26, 22, 18. If all 20 people ordered dessert, it would add another $450 to the bill, plus coffee, plus after-dinner drinks, plus tip. I'm getting the cheesecake, Chloe announced loudly, as if nothing had happened. And a double espresso. I'll take the chocolate tart, said Emily's cousin. Creme brulee for me, Uncle Richard added. Everyone ordered. Emily's sister even wrote down the choices on her napkin like she was officially managing the birthday dinner. When it reached my turn, I looked up from the menu. I'm not having anything, I said calmly. Emily's sister paused for half a second too long, unsure how to react. Emily stayed perfectly still beside me. Are you sure, Michael? Her sister asked with a polite smile. Yes. Well, all right. The waiter collected the menus and walked away. Conversation slowly returned around the table in smaller groups. Vacations, traffic, someone's new house. No one spoke to me. I sat there in my stained shirt, hands resting on my lap, staring at the centerpiece of white hydrangeas leaning slightly toward my side of the table. And in those next few minutes, I thought about strange things. I thought about my father, who had died 2 years earlier. I remembered something he once told me when I was 32 and about to marry Emily. We had been standing alone in his kitchen while he poured coffee. Without looking at me, he had said, "Son, some women choose you because they love you. Others choose you because you're useful." At the time, I had dismissed it as bitter old man advice. Now, sitting there with wine soaking into my shirt, the sentence came back with the clarity of something spoken 5 minutes ago. Then my thoughts became more practical. Automatic payments, monthly withdrawals, every contract I had signed over the years, every guarantee, every authorization, and how many of those signatures were still active at that exact moment while I sat there humiliated in that restaurant. Probably all of them. I started mentally listing them one by one. Chloe's tuition came directly out of my checking account every semester. Her apartment lease was in her name, but I was the guarantor. The car loan was under my credit. The family phone plan, 5 lines, my account, the supplementary credit card, my signature as the primary holder, health insurance, car insurance, gym membership, streaming subscriptions, everything. 14, 15, 16 separate payments, maybe more. Every one of them had a phone number, a customer service department, a cancellation process. I estimated the timing in my head. If I started at 7:30 the next morning, I could shut everything down before noon. Michael, are you all right? Emily's mother asked from across the table. It was the first time anyone had spoken directly to me since the wine incident. I looked up, smiled slightly. I'm perfect, I said. She nodded awkwardly and returned to her coffee. Emily finally turned toward me. For the first time in 15 minutes, she actually looked at my face. She expected anger, humiliation, something. But whatever she saw there, she didn't recognize it. Her eyebrows pulled together slightly, like someone trying to read a language they thought they understood. Are you really okay? She whispered softly enough that only I could hear. Yes, Michael, about Chloe. You don't need to explain anything. What do you mean I don't need to explain anything? I mean exactly that. She stared at me, waiting for more, waiting for me to accuse her, defend myself, raise my voice, give her something she could respond to. I gave her nothing. I looked back at the hydrangeas and waited for dinner to end. Desserts arrived. I didn't eat. Coffee arrived. I didn't touch that either. When the waiter discreetly slid the check beside me, exactly as arranged earlier that night, I glanced at the total. 3,047 cents. I pulled out my card without looking at the itemized receipt. And if you don't want to wait for part 2, you can watch the full story on my YouTube channel. Just tap share, then more, and click the YouTube link here on my profile, or search for the channel Cooper Reddit on YouTube.